Hello, hello, hello. It is Jenn and Andrea, and we are back.
We're back and so excited to be with you today. And Jenn, I can't believe we're doing this. She just got back from Toronto last night.
I did.
How was your trip?
It was amazing.
Oh.
And as you know, I brought Archie. We went for my husband's work meeting, and we ended up bringing the dog. Now that we're empty nesters, this is our child.
Yes.
But it was awesome. Toronto's so fun, and we had a great time. I was good.
Good.
Just kind of chilled out. We went and saw Niagara Falls. It was so cool to see.
Oh, I've never seen it.
I'm so glad we got that off of our bucket list. But it was awesome. We had a great time.
That's great.
It was good.
Nice.
And I know that I missed your Swift lift.
Yes. So I had my neck done, but don't judge anything right now because it takes a couple months to see the results. So I have to be patient, and I know a ton of you out there were reaching out to me asking about it.
Yeah.
And it was an easy procedure, did not hurt at all. So,
you know what's funny, Andrea, is that 3 of our girlfriends all have made appointments to get it done.
oh my gosh, that's so great.
I know.
Oh,
So
you guys are going to love it.
yeah.
Love it. Yes. Yeah. I can't wait to see how it all turns out. But I've seen so many before and afters so far, and they look amazing. And I'm always complaining about it. So now
She is.
So
And she has
hopefully
no tape
you guys
on.
will.
She has no tape
I have
on
no
her
tape
neck.
on to hold it back. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
funny.
Midlife problems.
Yes.
Guys.
Yes,
Midlife
yes.
problems. Well, you look great.
Thank you.
And I'm glad to be back in the States. I'm good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Glad to have you back and glad to do this episode today.
Yes.
It's a fun one, and it actually is real time for me right now because we have my coach, Valerie Evans, here today, who is actually working with me right now for my 6th bodybuilding competition. That's going to be in a few weeks.
Yay.
Yeah.
I actually think this is the perfect time to have this conversation because we're going to be we're chatting about muscle building in midlife, nutrition in midlife,
Right.
training in midlife. Let's get going, girl.
Yes. And we're talking about, we want to clear up all the myths that are out there.
Yeah.
So welcome, Valerie. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for being on.
Thank you for
Val.
having me.
Aw,
I'm
so
glad to
excited.
be here. Thank you too.
Yeah. So tell everyone a little bit about your background.
Okay, let's keep it fitness oriented.
Okay, the fitness part.
There's a lot going on.
Starting, I actually started as this is back in the 90s, late 90s when I got married. I kind of just was home all the time and bored, and my ex-husband now had said I need to find a hobby. So I tried everything from Tai Chi to yoga to cardio kickboxing. And the Tai Chi, it definitely wasn't me. Yoga, not so bad, but I just have too much energy for that. So cardio kickboxing, it was fun. And then one day my cousin had told me that she had, her boss had given her a gift certificate to a gym called AKA, so American Kickboxing Academy. And she didn't want to go by herself. So I ended up going. We took classes. I hated kicking like you wouldn't believe, but I love hitting things. So long story, let's fast forward. I ended up my boxing career over there. So I was an amateur boxer for about 6 years. My first fight, I was 39 years old.
Wow.
I did not know that, Val. That is amazing.
And I was Northern California Golden Gloves champion from 2002 and 2003. Defended in 2004, lost in the semifinals. And then I was supposed to turn pro. So I did. I was licensed as a pro, but I had some hiccups with my training. So I never was able to fight as a pro because of some sinus issues I had. So that kind of ended that career. So I was about 35, too old to continue as an amateur. So ready for the next phase. Of course, I started, at this point, I'm 35, I'm not getting younger, still getting older, but I introduced strength training back into my diet or into my regimen. And because I actually, after boxing, had really blew up. I mean, I just kind of, I get to eat all this stuff, and I just, I'm young, and I still can do all that and drink, drink wine, and so I started doing some strength training, and actually really enjoyed it. And then I just fulfilled that more. One of my friends had opened a gym, and he had asked if I would general manage it. So that just furthered my fitness career. Started teaching classes, started doing privates. I really missed the competitive aspect of fighting. And the owner of the gym, he was also my former strength and conditioning coach. And, he's like, we had brought in some trainers over there that actually had competed in men's physique through MPC organization as bodybuilders. There's different stages, different levels. So men's physique is just kind of the entry tier, not the big bulky.
Right.
They don't look at legs,
like
or
leaner.
They're lean, and their tops are nice, informed. They're proportioned really nicely. Muscles there, but the thing is they don't focus on the lower body, so they get to wear board shorts and all that fun stuff. So we had 2 trainers in there that both have competed before, and my old coach, the owner of the gym, is like, "Why don't you do that?" Because he knew I just had an itch. I was just so competitive, and I'm like, "Hell no." Oh, excuse me. I was like, excuse me.
You can say that.
I was like, heck no, I am not going to go on stage and show my butt off to the world. That is just not happening.
Yeah, that's like the thing.
Yeah, boxer in a ring to
You're going to be in a
butt showing off to everybody.
You're going to be in a G-string, and you're going to bend over in that G-string.
Right? That was not my thing. And then it just kept going. About a year later, I'm like, all right, let's try it. Okay, first time, tried it, fell in love with it, and here I am 10 years later.
Wow.
And during this time, I'm still training. I've gone through different gyms. I primarily work with lifestyle clients. It just so happened to fall in my lap to start training athletes for bikini competitions, bodybuilding competitions. Honestly, it started with this one right here, Andrea.
Did it?
It did.
6 years ago, girl.
It did.
Yeah.
Andrea was one of my lifestyle clients, and she had just turned 50. I always told her. I mean, she was in amazing shape. I'm like, when you get on stage, But I didn't want to pressure her either. That's something for her to decide. And just randomly one day, she goes, "Okay, I'm ready." And I'm like, really? I was so excited.
When Andrea's in, she's in.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I was so
She
excited.
is
It gives me
in.
chills even right now. But
Yeah.
Well, I was really, the whole thing was very scary when you brought it up. Well, the unknown show, I didn't know what it was all about. I
Right.
saw your pictures because I think they were up in the gym
right.
from your competitions, and
Yes.
you looked, it was amazing.
Thank
And I'm
you.
like, wow. And you look and you think, how could I ever even look like that? It's like that, it was a process, but it's hard to envision that, see that happen.
It seems so easy for you, though. It really does seem easy.
Well, I'm glad it made
Can
you
you
look easy.
imagine if I did it? I'd be complaining. I would be doing my shit. Like,
Yeah, I would never pressure you. You're one of the ones that would just have to come to me on your
yeah,
own.
I would have to. No, I can't do it. Even though I've been through this fitness thing, I work out all the time, and I went through the whole getting in my best shape, but it just mentally screwed me up. She's like on her shit.
Well, it's hard because if you're so social, such as both of you,
Yeah.
and in social settings with a lot of big friend groups, and it's very challenging. It's just, it gets to the point, and Andrea is experiencing that right now, is just like, I don't want to go out. I can't go out. I think you just recently had a dinner at your house because you were supposed to go out. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like, I'm more than welcome, because she'll have access to her food. She's not pressured. She's not uncomfortable in an environment where she's, I'd rather be home. And,
She has self-control.
yeah. So, and it's a big mindset and a big change, and, the dedication and commitment to something like that. But, it's for everybody. And like you said, I joked around with her, but I never wanted to pressure you into, competing. So when you
Yeah.
came to me on your own, I was like super stoked.
Yeah. And it was great. And I got to go, you told me, go check one out, show out to get a feel for it so you understand.
Oh,
and
that's good.
that's when I was like, okay, maybe I can do this. I, felt a little better about it. And I liked the whole atmosphere. Everyone is so nice to each other,
Aw.
encouraging.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't feel like you're like no one's mean
You're
to
not
each other. You are competing, but
Right.
not really competing
Right.
because everyone has done that hard work.
Right.
And so you're looking at everyone like, yeah, good job. Because if you got to this point,
I mean,
good
it's
job.
pretty badass.
It's
I think that's
basically you
pretty
put in
cool.
all the work. It's all prior to your day on stage is your time to shine and just show yourself. Show yourself. And it's like, I did this. This was me. This is where I put myself, and I'm proud of it. And you just have to remind yourselves, and that helps. I just had that talk with an athlete this morning. I'm like, I know you're afraid because she's doing her first competition in 3 weeks when you're doing yours. And, I just have to remind, I'm like, your confidence level, own it. You're going to be all beautified. I mean, you guys are already beautiful, but you're going to have the bells and whistles with the cute, the hair's all styled and all the makeup and then your
tan.
bikini, your tan and with your
Yes.
bikinis that have all the bright Swarovski crystals on it and just shining on stage. Own it.
Right.
Yeah.
You did the
Right.
hard work. You deserve your time to shine, and it's a really nice, feeling. So
Yeah.
So as women get older, it obviously gets harder with your age, right? As you're getting older and getting in midlife and dealing with your hormonal changes and all of that, what are you seeing in women in midlife and their body changes?
well, just like, and, life changes in general. And what's happening as we get into our 40s and on midlife, our hormones change, our metabolism works differently, our bone density changes. I mean, there's so much, we lose some muscle. There's so much that's happening to our bodies that, we're not trying. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with your body. It's just now you're in a place that you have to figure out, okay, well, realistically, what changes do I need to make so I can fulfill my life? And you just have to, it's just kind of a progression. You just change, and what worked when you're in your 20s, unfortunately, is not going to work now. You have to adapt to the changes. And that's pretty much in life. It's just now it's your body, your physical well-being. Your body is your temple. So, how you take care of it will show how your future ends up pretty much.
100% right. 100%.
So Val, why is building muscle after 40 so important?
Muscles help support your joints and your bones and the tendons and everything that's tied to how your body mechanically works. And stronger muscles will help, protect those areas. So in order to have this, as we get older, everything's going to start to decrease a little bit, especially as our hormones change. Where with the estrogen and the testosterone changes and the progesterone. So all our imbalances, we have to work with that. Muscle basically, as we get older, will help us burn calories more effective, which will in turn fight the fat gained, because that's going to be harder to get rid of, especially in our midsection areas, And, it's just how we move. Functionality is okay, when we get older, getting simple movements, getting up and down, lifting. If you have strong muscles and, to help you with that, it'll protect your bones from being so fragile that, basically you can function. And these are just common everyday functions.
Right. Because I do get worried even when you see our parents getting older, if they're not, if they haven't kept that muscle, so easy they fall, break hips and
Osteoporosis.
yes, so many things happen when they can really get injured,
Yeah.
hurt themselves. So
And I mean,
And so
muscle,
fragile.
it's so important, especially as we get older. And, I can preach this forever, but, at the end of the day too, it's, somebody has to want that change, to incorporate it into their lives. I'm not gonna.
But you know what's crazy is even thinking about like when Andrea is getting ready for her shows. If people didn't know Andrea, like I know Andrea, and you would think, oh my gosh, Andrea's doing a ton of cardio to get ready for the show, and she's, must be exhausted. And I mean, she's exhausted because she is constantly doing heavy weights. And like you even said today before this show, you were like, Andrea's no longer going to be doing her steps and all that stuff because Andrea eats well, right? And then she trains hard with weights.
Yeah.
And so, there's so many myths out there, right? And so what are the common myths that
Well, the most common that I can see or that I hear is I don't want to be bulky by putting on muscle and muscle size. And the honest truth is in our female bodies, we just don't have it in us to be big and bulky. It's just, we're not made to be big and bulky, but what we are made, and this comes from strength training, is to tone and define, and flatter our bodies.
Right.
So, and that comes with muscle. And then the other misconception that is just very misleading is, and they kind of tie into each other, is I'm doing cardio. I'm going to do cardio, as much cardio as possible so I can burn the fat. Well, here's the truth. The truth in doing cardio, you're in the moment. That's in the moment. You're sweating, you're getting some water weight off. It's going to come back if you're not your nutrition goes with it, very importantly. And as to where muscle, when you're strength training, you're burning a lot of calories, strength training. But that it keeps going because that's what's working with your body to get that tone and definition in there. With cardio, not saying it's bad, but if you're not doing everything properly, you're going to burn away that muscle first, and then that stubborn fat is still going to be there. So what you're doing, if you're not properly fueling your body, then and you're doing all that cardio, all that hard work and strength training, if you did it, is gone.
Right.
So like when you go to some of those classes, like the Orange Theory and stuff like that, and you're rowing like crazy and you're on the treadmill and you're doing weights, is that
you know what? It's fine. The thing is feel your body, put food in your body. So fuel it, so you can perform to your capabilities. And then going into that, a lot of people are so afraid to eat carbs. Carbs is your energy source. It's your energy source. That's what helps you get through these workouts. Protein helps with your muscle growth. So those together benefit you on maximizing your workout to the best you can. If you're going in and doing strength training and all that intense cardio and not eating properly, then it's just, you're going to fatigue a lot faster. You're not going to, you could be hurt also because you're fatigued. And putting strength training in there, it's very hard to put them together because you need, just like us, in order for us to function normally, per se, we need food. We need food. Otherwise, we're tired, we low on energy. Same thing with our muscles. For your muscles to perform to their maximum, you need to feed them.
And a lot of people who are training are never hungry because they're eating all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
which is so cool.
It's
so cool.
They're eating all the time.
Yes.
But you have to keep in mind too, is when you're training so aggressively, your metabolism is cranking.
Yeah.
So it's like as fast as you're eating, you're burning. But that all goes together, And, again, as we're getting older in our midlife, our metabolism also starts to decrease. So it's harder to get that together. If you get on a healthy regimen with your food intake, then you can help that along, But the problem is, a lot of people aren't getting enough protein into their diet. A lot of people are skipping meals. A lot of people aren't getting carbs because they're afraid to eat carbs. And those are myths. They all go together as long as it's done properly.
Yes, I really get, when the big myth about, I don't want to bulk up. Yeah, that one drives me crazy because I'm like, okay, I am lifting weights like 5 days a week, sometimes 6, and I am not bulking up, So that part is like, drives me crazy when people say that. That's not going to happen, And
Right.
then the food thing. Yeah, I make sure, like, I am not. Yeah, you definitely have to dial in that diet
Yeah.
and make sure you're getting that protein in. And yeah, I need those carbs or I don't have the energy to do everything.
Yeah.
But it's easy, I think, like once you get into this program and you see, if you can dial in a diet, and it's not like you have to be crazy. People can still like have fun on the weekends and stuff,
Yeah.
but really get a good variety in with your body.
Yeah.
The weights and yeah, people love to do some cardio, of course, But I know as we get older, we talked about this before.
Yeah.
I can't go like running hard anymore.
No.
Like I like going on hikes or long walks or there are certain things I like doing, but there's the harder physical cardio. Like my body now, since I'm older, it's not
Doesn't respond the
doesn't
same.
no.
I absolutely love doing weights. I love doing weights and I love going to my yoga classes. And I don't do as much cardio. When we were riding bikes, we would do a shit ton of cardio.
Yes.
Right. And even when we were doing that with when Andrea was on her, I forgot which
She's prepping for a show.
or 3 shows ago. And it was like, Andrea, you can't ride because
Yeah,
you burn
I
so
couldn't.
much muscle.
I had to have her stop.
Yes.
And it was exhausting. And I remember her body being shut down. Like I remember it was so hard for her. And, I don't know. I was shocked that you didn't want her to do the cardio because I was like, aren't you supposed to be doing this cardio? But you're not. Right. And so I do enjoy that. I love my workouts, just doing my weight training and stuff.
They're therapeutic.
It is.
But, it's just as far as with Andrea and that time with you guys riding in her competition, it's laid out. That's very structured program that she was on. It's not realistic to an lifestyle person, just living your life. So it could have been done, like you guys lifestyle,
Yeah, like we
you
work
still
out.
worked out and everything. But Andrea, what was happening is for her to be on stage, there's certain things that we need to keep. And that's what you mentioned beginning on when we first started this segment is, I did tell her no more stairs for you. And the reason why is she's still doing cardio, but she's not doing stairs. And the reason why is I'm going to say it, glutes are where her body is full. It's full. Her muscle is there. We don't need to build any more muscle. What we're doing now, this is the final phase of us leaning her out, just tightening everything up.
Right.
She's already got the foundation there. I don't want to mess with it. So doing the stairs, it could start flattening out her glutes, because her diet is different right now. So it's like, again, proper fueling for each type of thing that you're doing. It may, definitely. So I adjusted her program because now we're working towards something else.
Right. And I do not want, at 55, I worked so hard to get glutes at 55.
Dude, your glutes
which
are
is
amazing.
crazy.
Woo, I was looking at him.
Crazy that I'm not, oh my God.
My gosh, you guys are going to see her glutes real soon in the G screen. Don't worry.
Oh my gosh.
She will definitely share photos. But
I do not want to lose it.
A lot of women our age don't do this, right? They don't go do this competing thing. So kudos to you, girlfriend. But it still is so important to exercise every single day. And I love it. I think it makes me feel better mentally, physically. I just feel better. Even if I'm doing weights for 30 minutes, right?
And you don't have to do strength training every day. Honestly, if you can get 2 to 3 strength training workouts in a week is fine. It's great.
Yeah, this is going to ask you, what is effective for women in midlife?
I feel like 2 to 3 times a week is fine, but you have to do it smartly. Again, properly eat, prior to your workout, proper digestion. Oh, I can't even talk. Okay. Properly eat before your strength training, and rest periods are important in between sets. And then also, smart. Whatever muscle you're working on, whatever muscle group, focus on that muscle group. Don't daydream and do something and just go through the motions. Focus on what you're doing. And
challenge yourself.
Correct. And recovery. Recovery is huge because we don't burn muscles when we're doing all this. We basically build muscles when our recovery time, when we're sleeping, get good quality sleep. Yeah. And
So
rest
I was
it.
just talking to a girlfriend of mine we were talking about how, oh, okay, let's do 50 squats a day, heavy squats. But is that a no-no? Guess we shouldn't do that. We wanted to bet like Andrea. But no, do we not? Like that's not, you don't recover from
fine.
that.
You're fine. But
okay.
but remember, I was like, are they air squats or
No, with weights, with the
dumbbells?
Smith machine.
Well, it's fine. But again, make sure you're eating enough protein. So basically, for a general good rule of thumb is 1 gram per 1 pound of weight for an individual to consume of protein.
Oh, okay.
So that would be a nice little rule of thumb for people to follow. And if you just think about that number and what your weight is and how much protein you feel you had, chances are it's not enough.
Not enough. Yeah.
Not enough.
Yeah, because it's interesting when you give me my my meal plan and I follow it. I'm weighing everything, measuring everything, and you look. Sometimes you're thinking, "Oh, I don't eat this much. Sometimes I don't get enough of what I need
Yeah.
daily." You think you are, but
You don't.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
If you're not really weighing it or paying attention, it's easy. When people get like you order a salad with some chicken or
And
something.
the restaurant, honestly, the restaurants, you'll probably need like 3 times that amount.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
That's
chicken or sometimes you look and you're like, wait, if I weigh this chicken, this is probably hardly anything. No,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, yeah. It's like a tiny half a
Yes.
piece.
Yes.
So yeah, it's not that much.
So I always struggled with, and I do watch what I eat and, but I also am very social. So, and like I said, I had gone through a terrible time in my life that I just was too hard on my body and not eating and being, whatever, too obsessive. So it doesn't work for me, but I do try to make good choices. But I do have to say there are times that I don't get enough protein. And then I'm always wondering like, oh, should I try this protein shake, right? Because nutrition, like you said, is huge. And if I don't, I go in my pantry, I'm like, this protein shake only has 14 grams of protein. What's the average protein for a shake?
I usually recommend about 20 grams
Okay.
per serving size. And then just keep the sugars low to no. But you know what? Even 14%, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Better
And
than
you do
nothing.
want to watch out for the sugar.
Yeah,
I
but
think
definitely
that's
watch
where
out.
a lot of them, they sneak in that sugar.
And those are
in
like the
there.
bars.
Mhm.
Lots of
Oh,
sugar
yeah.
in
I
there.
don't eat a lot of bars. Do you eat a lot of bars?
None.
Oh,
No,
okay.
she's not allowed to.
Well, now, no. But I really kind of got away from that and just try to do real food because it's just too many, when there's so many ingredients and stuff, it's just a waste.
Like on the go, you can do
Calories.
can you do those protein beef sticks and stuff like that? Or is that,
Well,
oh, sorry.
I mean, if you,
I'm not, okay,
here's
for
the
the
thing.
average person, an average
for the-
everyday
yes.
person that's not going on stage,
that is true.
then I guess that could
But
be.
I would just be careful of the processed foods.
Oh, yeah,
limit
yeah.
that the sodium intake.
sodium,
I mean,
right?
sodium
Yeah.
is you need sodium to survive,
Right.
But some of it's excessive, especially in things like that. So, I would just be mindful of your choices at the end of the day, and the first one to start with is your protein intake. The second one is don't be afraid to eat good carbs, stay away from processed foods, stay away from high sugary foods.
Drink tons of water.
Tons of water. Hydration's, key. And, healthy fats, that's what builds our bodies. And you don't have to, like Andrea said, you don't have to follow it every day. I just let my clients know that let's establish the good, clean habits.
Yeah.
And at least you're more mindful in making choices. If you're out and about, okay, well, I want a drink, but I want dessert. Do you really want both of them? Or do you want to keep drinking? Or do you want to keep eating sugar?
Just have
I mean,
the wine.
but if you want,
Or bite of dessert. Or a bite and put
and
something.
that's it.
Put
Share
some-
a
yes.
dessert with somebody.
Yeah,
I mean,
yes,
I'm not saying
yes.
don't do it,
Yeah.
because this is human nature,
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like
Right.
we want to be normal.
You gotta have the specials every now and
Yeah,
then. I guess.
I mean, treats.
Yes.
Treat
You
yourself.
gotta treat, but make good choices during the week.
Just-
And
I mean, even on the weekends and the good choices, get something clean in there. I mean, you're not going to eat just one time a day, right?
no.
So you're eating throughout the day, but let's say you have a big dinner planned or something. Well, you shouldn't eat
No,
one
I
time
don't
per
eat
day.
I'm a snacker.
But just create some healthy habits.
Yeah.
And implement them into your daily life. Once you have those habits, then it just comes second nature to where you're going to think, okay, well, I can, I still want to have fun. I still can go out. I can still socialize. I can still drink my drinks or wine or, Mai Tais.
Right.
Have a lot of sugar in it, but
Try not to have them. I think a lot of women our age right now, they always look up to like, what is the lowest calorie drink? Drink.
a lot of skinny margaritas,
tequila,
right? Yeah,
It's tequila, right? And
Tequila, soda, lime juice usually.
yeah,
pretty much.
is that it? Let's soda lime.
Yep.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Pretty much.
I know the women trying to change that mindset from skinny. I know skinny is kind of, I think, coming back right now. It's like
Skinny
saying skinny instead of strong, right?
Skinny is coming back. And that's kind of where I feel, like skinny, I guess would say like the beach body type. Like you're thin, but you don't have like a lot of the definition in there. And, you have the curves, which is fine, but a lot of time you have higher body fat than, especially as we're getting older, and we're going to hold it here. We're going to hold it here. We're going to probably hold it down in here, and
What, in your stomach, in your hips?
so in your waist, in your hips,
Yeah.
in your thighs.
Yeah.
So a lot of the lower body will kind of feel maybe raw, fatty,
and that's a lot like
strappy area.
hormonal.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And hormones, your body
Size.
changes. And it's harder for us to burn fat. Our metabolism changes, and we hold on to fat a lot easier than we used to.
I mean, I really, really 100% believe if midlife women just started doing weights, and it's not like they have to go crazy, but if they added that in, I think they would really see a huge change in their bodies and health-wise too.
Exactly.
I think everything else, they're going to be healthier, they're going to live longer if they're taking care of those muscles, because those muscles are going to take care of everything else too.
Exactly. And, and it just, going back to the skinny versus strong is still very important. And people do recognize that. But there's a lot of people in misconception about skinny. I want to be skinny. I want to lose weight. But you want to do it the right way to where, okay, you'll lose the weight, but then what are you going to do with it there? Are you going to, make it to where your actual physique is, it's symmetry all goes together.
Right.
So feel good about yourself. Okay, you'll feel good with you losing weight, but won't you feel better if you have some nice little, not big bulky muscles, but nice toning and definition in there?
Yeah.
And that's where all this comes into place. But I just recommend, as far as the skinny versus strong, I feel they both can go together. You just have to do it properly.
And it is important as we're getting older because we need that so that we're not falling, breaking our hips. And,
Yeah,
it is scary because I mean, no offense, mom and dad, but my mom and dad did not work out like any of my childhood. And I think my dad ran for maybe like a month or something. but they didn't really, they never ever exercised. And so I don't know how I was the only one in the family that really did start. I loved to exercise and I like to put it in my daily routine. But I do notice that my parents they're becoming very fragile. And I'm like, just go on a walk or,
Yes.
And it's hard. And that's the same thing when we go into the movement as we get older. If you're strengthening everything, your muscles, it helps you with everyday life, to where you could go on those walks without, hurting something, or you can, get up and down without having, needing assistance.
Sure. I mean, as we get older, when people retire and they get older, they want to travel around and do things.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times what happens, then they're too sick or weak or fragile. Something's wrong. But I want to make sure that I can keep going. And that's one reason I think I do this is to keep me in check and to keep me, so I keep doing this and maybe just make it so it becomes a habit.
And it's not like your daily lifestyle. Andrea lives a normal life, but then she has those 3 months or however, I think it's about 3 months, your prep 4 months.
It depends on
It
the
depends
person.
where you-
And she's just on it, but she gets there. And then the rest of the time, it's just making good choices and, not going crazy. And
It's it's not about making it harder.
Right.
It's just about strategically changing it to where it fits you now. Just like the change and we talked about with our hormones and like midlife, it's like everything changes. So you just have to adapt to it, adapt to change. It's not like your body is working against you. It's not. You just have to,
Yeah.
Work
No,
it-
I think our bodies,
figure it
they'll be
out.
very
Yeah.
happy
and I
for
feel
us
that
to do it.
yeah, absolutely. You'll be less likely prone to diseases. You'll be able to move better. You'll feel better. Your quality of life will be so different if you did take care of yourself.
Yeah.
But not everyone goes into the gym. Sometimes the gym is so intimidating for people. And I work out all the time too. And when I'd go to Texas and I'd go to the gym there, I'm like, oh my God, it's a little overwhelming when there's so many men inside the weight section and it's uncomfortable. And I work out, but I'm like, I don't want to be in here. I'm uncomfortable. I don't motivate myself. People who don't work out, they could just do weights at home or buy weights.
Yeah,
Right.
I wouldn't just buy weights and try to do something on your own without talking with somebody.
Right.
But that way proper form and proper technique for each exercise. But absolutely, you can do this all at home and it doesn't have to be intense. Just go through the movement and add a little bit of weight to it. You don't have to lift heavy. The biggest thing is stay active and, lift something that's a little bit heavier than normal and get the movement in there.
Or the program that Val had that you would always look at on your phone. And it
my
would
app,
have-
my fitness app program.
So Val has an app that she uses for her clients.
Yes.
And which is great because the days I'm not training with you, then I can look and see, okay, what's my workout today? What does she have planned? And then it's great because it shows you and you can even click on it and it'll give an example of how to do it. Yes. And then, then you have in there, how many reps and, and what's nice is when you record it, next time you go to work out, you can see, what I did last time.
Exactly.
So it's easy to just, grab those weights and start.
Yeah. So you don't have to think about it. Well, and then, a lot of people are just like, I don't know what to do. So just tell me what to do.
Yeah.
And the beauty of the app is pretty much I build the workouts for you based off the equipment you have access to. And you can just start the workout and it shows you all the exercises that are in there. It's video instruction, like you mentioned. And then if you've done that workout before, it shows you how many, what weight and how many reps you did. So you don't even have to think. You're like, I don't know what I did. And that, and then you have to start over, like figure it out. I'm like, oh, this is too easy. And then you're not benefiting your workout the max.
It's a great program.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
it
it
works
is.
out well. It helps hold accountable. You can do your check-ins in it. I can see when you do things, so it's kind of like me being there, but I'm not there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And and it's just an accountability source, and that's what a lot of people I see, or a lot of clients have challenges with, or people have challenges with, is like sticking with something. Accountability. So you have somebody there to help guide you along your journey, then, and a little tool that you can't, even if you don't see that person knows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like, I can see what you're doing.
I know.
Why didn't you do this? You're like, oh, I forgot to log it in. I'm like, nope, that doesn't work for me.
You
no
were
credit
not.
if you don't log it in.
Oh my God. We had that one time when we were doing, I'm not going to say who, but we would do the Peloton and we were all like, okay, everybody get on your Peloton. It's just like during COVID, right?
Yes.
And then our friend's like, oh, I was on it. And I'm looking, I'm like, did they even pedal? Because it doesn't even show. So then everyone started hiding their profile on it because they're like, I don't want anyone to know.
Judge me.
They're like, oh, I got my Peloton right. And then you look and their output was like 3. You're like, come on, we know.
You're
Is that
not
me?
cheating yourself. I'm sorry.
I mean, I was guilty a couple of times having one of the kids get on the bike. I'm like, I'm exhausted.
I've always gone on it.
But I have to prove that I did it.
Oh my gosh. But I think I had bad
You're
output
only
sometimes.
cheating yourself, you guys.
No, I don't even know. It's not a thing anymore. But that is funny. That is a cool app though, especially for people who don't know what to do. Because I remember looking and looking at the tutorials of it, and it literally shows you what to do. It's great.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's fabulous.
And that's great for home workouts, something like that. Or just if you have a home trainer or a Zoom call or, something at least to get you started if you're new to strength training, just to make sure your form and technique is proper so you don't risk hurting yourself.
Right, right. Something I wanted to ask, is there certain supplements that maybe you would recommend for women in midlife that could be beneficial?
I'll recommend supplements, but I'm not the supplement
Queen
Bible.
bee.
I don't,
Right. I think people should
right.
talk to their doctor.
Absolutely.
To make sure.
So what I usually tell my clients is multivitamin. Your omegas are important. I also have I try to have my clients do blood work on an annual just to make sure that their vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, the levels, iron, everything's okay.
Right.
And it just helps me build a better program for them. There is not a miracle fat burner out there. That doesn't exist. There are some supplements that will help with you not just taking them. You have to go do the work. They will, you have to do the work. But at the end of the day, a lot of people that I train, they're just on your daily supplements. I'm really big about whole foods and less supplements.
Right.
Just everything natural. That's what I'm big on. My certification's in holistic personal training. So I try to go that route. Sometimes, we need supplements sometimes. And, especially as we go up, hit midlife and so forth. For Andrea, I do have her pulling all her supplement. I pulled out her creatine last week before last, because right now she's so crucial. Now she's 3 weeks out. I don't want anything to affect her gut, anything to affect her bloating, like anything outside source. I want to keep her as clean as possible.
Yeah.
Going into this. And that way, if something comes up with digestive or anything, we can nip it that way.
Awesome.
Right.
I don't want to
monitor
add and put any more stress on the body. Not saying that it's going to add stress, because it'll help people different ways. But
everyone's different.
Everybody's different. Everybody, and everybody, some people can't take it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, this was great conversation.
Yeah.
And when this episode comes out, everyone, I will be 4 days out from the show. It'll be 4 days after the show.
After the show.
Yes. This
I
will
will
come
be there
out.
cheering her on.
Thank you. And what's really exciting for this one is that we have a big team this time competing. So you now have a large group of girls. And for this show, we have how many are going to be?
Seven.
Seven
of you
us.
are competing in this show.
Wow.
We have,
So exciting.
I think 3
Wow.
first timers.
Mhm.
3 or 4 first. I think 3 or 4 first timers.
Yes.
All in different age ranges.
Different.
Right?
Everybody's different heights, different ages.
Yes. We're
everything.
all over the place.
The
I'm the
youngest-
oldest.
Different heights. Does it matter on height?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. They go by,
Go by height, not
until
weight.
you're
not weight.
until you're a master like me, the master.
Oh no,
The
you get
older
called a
group,
master.
Yes,
Masters.
is the masters. Then there's no really.
Well, for some of the shows, there's not. But then as you get towards nationals,
Yeah,
then there is.
yes,
They'll
yes.
separate you by
when
height
there's
as
more
well.
people.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so our youngest that's competing this time is 22. And then I have a 65-year-old that started her prep.
That's
She's not
awesome.
competing in the show, but we did a plan for her.
Cool.
And this will be her first one. It's a
So
bucket
great.
list. And I can't tell you enough how she's so motivating.
Oh,
It's so
how
awesome.
Are
And
we going to see her when I'm there?
No, she's pushing.
Oh, okay.
But she might come
okay. Yeah.
support the girls if she's in town. She's definitely going to come support the girls. But Yeah.
So exciting.
It's
so
so
exciting.
So she's having fun with it, just learning a lot of things about her body. But
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so we have a big team going out there.
I know, and I love it.
It's so awesome.
And I think everyone's really excited and nervous at the same time.
I know, but it's good because you guys are there to support one another. I'll be there, and it's just so crazy to me that it's like it started with you.
Yeah.
I was like, I would have never thought that I would train an athlete, and when I talked to you about it, I wasn't really saying for me to train you for one, but then we talked about it, and here we are. Now
And
we have
here
a
we
nice little
are.
team.
I
and,
know.
yeah,
I
I'm
love
excited
it.
for all
I
of
love
you.
it. And our team is No Limits.
No Limits
Yeah.
comp team. Yeah.
Very cute. And we're
Yeah.
going to have our swag and everything.
Swag will
And
be there.
we have our
swag.
robes. So we all have our matching robes, which is so cute with our knit logo.
Andrea in her heels, her robe. Her
Yes. Andrea is very sassy on stage. I mean, she has the best stage presence. Even judges have
It
complimented
makes you
her.
think what she did in her lifetime is her job.
I know,
She's
right?
She owns that stage, I'm telling you.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, I always wanted to be like a dancer and stuff. So
Actually,
this is kind of my,
That's her time.
This is her
to
time.
shine.
I've seen the dancing a lot.
We'll see more once I can drink
involved
again.
in this dancing.
Yeah, once I can drink again, then
I
we
have
have
so many videos of Andrea on my phone dancing. I swear to God, it is the best. So yeah, it's
funny.
exciting.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to go.
And you know what I wanted to ask you? I was trying to search back from when I first started training with you. This is before doing competition or anything. Photos, because I remember seeing some of those photos, and it's crazy that I looked like that back
No, I
then.
wonder if I
And
can.
that was in my 40s.
Yeah.
So I would love to, if we can find it. I'm going to search too.
I'll search.
To do a before and then after
know, that
my
would be
show
so great.
picture.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll check
Have
my
to show
laptop because
everyone.
the app will only. Well, I wasn't even using the app then either. I have to have them on my computer.
Somewhere. Yeah.
I'll let.
Because was
We'll post
that
them.
like I was trying to think how old was I, or how many years before I trained with you before I started a competition.
So I moved to Morgan Hill in 2016 for a business, and I didn't start back up with my personal training until I got the business up and running. So I want to say 2018 maybe.
Okay.
So I feel maybe because definitely it was before COVID.
Okay.
Yeah,
yes,
I feel like it was before COVID.
It was.
So
yes.
I want to say it was maybe end of 18, beginning of
Wow.
19.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I just remember those pictures and thinking, ugh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look
It's
for
so
them now.
hard. It's so hard when you see yourself that way, and it is a lot of work, and sometimes it takes time to see progress.
Yeah.
It's hard for
women.
you. It's hard for us to see our own progress at our own pictures. But that's why it's like I have to. And sometimes you look at your pictures and I'm like, I don't see anything.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, look. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's just we look
Yes.
differently at an outside. I look differently at things. So,
Right.
but it's
right.
our biggest critiques. On
We
ourselves.
are. We are. And I think we also have to be patient and not give up, because I definitely feel like it would have been really easy just to be like, oh, forget it. This is like too much work, because I remember, I think it took a bit until things started happening. And a lot of times I see that with my body. Sometimes nothing will change for a few weeks. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Then all of a sudden, bam, it happens. And you're like, okay.
So I'm like, trust the process.
Yes, trust the
me.
process.
I'm like, I got
Yes.
you.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
got
you do.
But it's never too late. No matter what age you are, it's never too late.
No.
You can achieve these goals if you just really stick to eating good, right? Getting your heavy weights in, getting exercise in. Just because we're getting older doesn't mean we have to start letting ourselves go. That shit's going to go on its own. You got to try to keep up.
Yes,
I just feel that if you follow, and again, the diet, it's not a diet. It's basically your way of life.
Right.
It's your lifestyle. So if you eat clean, you get some strength training in.
Yeah.
Your quality of life is going to change.
Yes.
And it'll be better.
Yeah,
it'll be better.
definitely.
And then there's often times where you'll feel younger as you're getting older than you did when, I feel younger when in my 50s versus when I was in my 30s,
Yeah,
mid 35.
right.
And I 100% can say that.
Yes.
And I look
Yes.
at my transformation photos from when I was 35 and I'm like, what? And this is when I stopped boxing.
I've
Because
seen
right
yours.
after I couldn't fight my pro debut in boxing, I was just like, oh, it went to town. And I'm like, whoa. Who is that person? A lot of people don't recognize me in those photos.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Well, I just try now because I'm a lifestyle. I work out all the time. I try to eat healthy from like Sunday to Thursday. I still eat great. I'm not saying I don't eat healthy, but I am saying I will go out to dinner and I'll have a cocktail with my friends. But I'm really not a carb girl. Not I don't eat a lot of pastas, all that stuff. I eat, clean, but I do try to limit some of that during the week, which is great. That's what helps me, like a Sunday through Thursday. But
whatever works, because look, you've already established those habits.
Yeah.
And you still can do your fun socializing.
Yeah, and you look fabulous, girl.
Thanks.
Exactly.
I try.
And that's all it's about, is just creating good, healthy habits. It doesn't have to be a strict diet.
Right.
Because it's not.
Right.
Right.
And that's what I think a lot of people think about. I don't want to be on this diet. I don't want to eat the same thing all the time.
There's so many things.
You don't have to.
No, you're right.
But you have to get the right frame of mind and the right thinking process in there. Because as we are in our midlife, we have to adapt to those changes.
Right. Yeah. And I do love what makes it easier, the whole food prepping too. Just make sure you have the food on hand, some stuff on hand, because that's when it's easy to, like, you open your fridge if there's nothing there. Oh, my God.
Then that's when you start
to
to
grab the chips, or when you have no food.
Yes.
Or order a pizza or something crazy,
So at least
DoorDash.
I think during the week, have that good stuff there. And then on the weekends, have fun. And I have found I have a big saved section in my Instagram of all these like killer recipes that are healthy, that look delicious. And I can't wait to try them out now after this. But there are so many options. So many options.
Well, you'll have to share on this podcast.
Yes,
You're just like, okay, after your trial and error, you're like, okay, this turned out great.
Right?
I recommend it. Definitely share the wealth.
Yes. Well, Valerie, how can our listeners reach out to you?
So I have my Instagram. It's Move with Coach Val. I also have my website, which is Move with Coach Val. I can always be reached. I'm at the Fifth Element Fitness as a personal trainer over there. So you can always drop in, check out the facility. In Morgan Hill.
Yes.
In Morgan Hill, yes. That's
Morgan Hill, California.
Morgan Hill, California.
And you do online training.
I do online training. So I do have a few clients that are out of state. I've had some out of the country. So again, the mobile app works great with that. And my one-on-one sessions are pretty much out here. I have done some Zoom sessions. A lot after COVID, kind of tapered off a little bit because I prefer the one-on-ones or fitness app. I'd prefer to see that person if I can, if they're local.
Right.
If not, it works perfectly.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you so much for being with us.
And listeners, please do not forget, it is never too late to build up strength in midlife.
That's right.
Never.
You can do it.
Never.
Be strong.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yes. And please follow us on Instagram at Pucker Up Midlife, and watch and listen to us on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple.
Yes.
And please subscribe.
Subscribe. Don't forget.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
So my Girl Trip Essential is Whey Hair and Body Mist. It smells absolutely delicious. I love to use it after my workouts. If I'm in a hurry to go somewhere, I highly recommend it. You can get this on Amazon, and just give yourself a little body mist and you will not regret it. Have a good one.